Hello and welcome to my world and my personal headcanon. This week we are continuing my poorly thought out what if scenario. What if Vegeta were female? And we're picking up right after Frieza has summoned the Ginyus to Namek after learning about Zarbon's death. Now, as Krillin and Gohan are off gathering the five Dragon Balls that Vegeta liberated from Frieza's ship when she made her escape, Bulma is helping the Princess of All Saints come into terms with some deep issues and feelings that, Vegeta has never had to deal with before. Guru's health is declining rather rapidly, and he senses the five energy signatures of the Ginyus approaching Namek. And since he has, protection at this point in the form of the villagers that Krillin sent his way, Guru orders Nail to go off and help our heroes. But Nail refuses to do so on the simple grounds that Guru's health is declining and that the Earthlings need to use the Dragon Balls as soon as possible. And Guru Nail does not have that knowledge. Dende offers to go since, being part of the Dragon Clan, he naturally, has that insight on how to use the Dragon Balls. Guru agrees with this since Dende is stepping up. He unlocks his potential, and off Dende goes. Back at the cave, Krillin and Gohan return with the five Dragon Balls. As Vegeta and Bulma bring the two that they've already have out of the cave, they attempt to summon the dragon, but are unsuccessful, obviously not knowing how the Namekian Dragon Balls work. They come up with the idea of taking the Dragon Balls off to Gurus to learn how to use them, but before they can do so, the Ginyu Force arrive, and the terror on Vegeta's face conveys to Bulma, Krillin, and Gohan all they need to know about Ginyu, Goldo, Birder, Jace, and Raccoon. Ginyu takes the 7 Dragon Balls back to Frieza, leaving his men to deal with our heroes. Now, the fight between Goldo and Krillin and Gohan happens as much as it does in the original. Gohan and Krillin struggling against Goldo's time powers. However, Vegeta does get involved with a little bit of prompting from Bulma, telling her to get in there already. It's like you can probably deal with the little toad-like alien easily enough. Of course, Vegeta interjecting herself in the proceedings draws the ire of Raccoon. Ginyu, in the meantime, delivers the Dragon Balls to Frieza, who attempts to make their own wish. Of course, again, nothing happens. And since they have new scouters, Frieza detects all the Namekians off in the far distance and flies off to interrogate him, figuring that, hey, someone's going to know how to use the Dragon Balls. Ginyu, of course, stays to guard the giant orbs. Meanwhile, back at the cave, Vegeta is throwing everything she has at Raccoon, getting some big hits, but of course the big power difference between the two comes into play, with Raccoon driving Vegeta headfirst into the ground, then plucking her like a vegetable afterwards. Bulma then insists that Krillin and Gohan help Vegeta out, return the favor. They do so, distracting Raccoon for a few moments before things go as badly as it does in the story. Krillin basically having his nervous system knocked out of whack, and Gohan having his neck broken. Or, again, it happened in the original, it's going to happen here. Goku's ship soon arrives, and since our heroes didn't really move from the cave, his ship lands basically right next to what's left of the Namekian spacecraft. So as soon as Goku leaves the ship, he's able to survey the everything instantly. He calmly distributes sensu beams to Gohan, Krillin, and Vegeta, downs Raccoon in one hit, which shocks Vegeta once she sees this, wondering that how the hell did Kakarot gain this much power in such a fairly short amount of time. And she questioned this even more when Goku begins to engage directly with Birder and Jace. After Goku knocks out Birder and lets Jace go. Vegeta confronts him outright, like, what the hell is he? How did he get so strong so fast? Considering her own mental calculations on how much power she has gained thanks to her Zenkai boosters that she has, the one that she got for after the fight on Earth, and the one that she got with the first fight with Zarbon. Goku explains that he's been training at 100 times gravity from the time he left Earth to get to Namek. And the idea of training, comes into Vegeta's mind, thinking, oh, that's a great way to get stronger without having been beaten to near death, and it seems to be much more effective at the same time. Bulma interferes in this conversation, pointing out that, it's great that Vegeta has a new way of learning how to train herself, but they still got to worry about getting the Dragon Balls back in case Frieza knows how to summon the dragon. Jace, reports back to Ginyu, who takes Jace back to the cave to where our heroes are in order to deal with the situation proper, leaving the Dragon Balls unguarded. Back at the cave, our heroes come up with a plan for first Bulma to take Goku's ship and go to a safe location on Namek out of danger. So this way the ship doesn't get damaged, and they don't have to worry about Bulma being caught up in the middle of any crossfire. So as she goes off with the ship, the remainder, Goku, Vegeta, Krillin, and Gohan, sense Frieza's energy heading off in the direction of Guru's palace at a rather rapid pace. Krillin instantly feels guilty about it, revealing that, hey, the Dragon Ball that he got from the village, he basically told him to leave the village, and they all went to Guru's, apparently. And from what he could tell, not many of them were fighters, and those that were clearly were not going to be able to stand up to the likes of Frieza from what he was able to sense about Frieza's energy. Vegeta basically confirms this information as well, pointing out that, hey, Frieza can get stronger if he transforms, so that's going to be a huge problem, and it's like the Namekians and Guru are basically screwed at this point. Goku, Vegeta, Krillin, and Gohan kind of all agree that they're going to head off to Guru's to intercept Frieza, but before they do so, Ginyu and Jace arrive. Vegeta takes charge, telling Krillin and Gohan to get the hell over to Guru's as fast as they can, while she and Goku deal with Ginyu and Jace. Goku himself is kind of caught off by all this, assuming that Vegeta is still gunning for him, and she states that she is. That, she wants a rematch with Goku because her pride demands it, but she also has proper perspective on what she wants, and out of all of this at this point, at this point, it's to get Raditz and Nappa back. Now, Vegeta also warns Goku of Ginyu's ability to swap bodies, and after conveying that information, the two Saiyans engage with Ginyu and Jace. Goku going after Ginyu because he has greater power than Ginyu at this point, and Vegeta and Jace being stronger than Jace, but not strong enough to deal with Ginyu. Meanwhile, Krillin and Gohan are rushing towards Guru's, and they encounter Dende, who is coming to meet them, and he informs them about Guru's health and how rapidly it's declining, and that they need to use summon the dragon as soon as possible to deal with the situation. Now, Krillin and Gohan have the dragon radar with them, and so realizing that, hey, Ginyu and Jace are dealing with Goku and Vegeta, meaning more than likely the Dragon Balls are going to be unguarded. So they, along with Dende, head to Frieza's ship and the Dragon Balls. Frieza arrives at Guru's palace with Nail and the villagers acting as guards, and the literal last line of defense between the galaxy's top tyrant and the rather chunky Elder Namekian. Frieza basically slaughters nearly every single villager before Nail manages to get Frieza to chase him away from Guru's palace, saying that if Frieza wants to learn how to use the Dragon Balls, he's going to have to catch him first. Frieza falls for this and notes that he will come back to wipe out the rest of the Namekians, saving the last one. For the one that he's going to save for last is the old fat one. Back with Vegeta and Goku, they are engaged in a full battle with Jace and Ginyu, with Recoome and Berter recovering just enough from their, beatdown from at the hands of Goku to, get involved here, turning it into 4-on-2. Because in this version, Vegeta didn't kill Recoome and Berter outright. So they're still around. They're in no condition to fight long term, but they're still formidable enough to cause some issues. Thanks to Vegeta's own Zenkai boost, he's able to fully finish off the weakened Recoome, Berter, and eventually Jace fairly easily and permanently. However, the interjection of the 2 additional members of the Ginyu Force does leave Goku open to it acts as a distraction for Ginyu to use his body change ability. So the entire body swap does happen. Vegeta end up having to fight Ginyu in Goku's body, beating the holy crap out of him in the process, which does force Ginyu to try and swap bodies with Vegeta, but Goku and Ginyu's body gets in the way of it, so Goku ends up back in his own body, Ginyu's back in his body, and then Vegeta, finishes Ginyu off permanently. So the frog thing does not happen here. So there you go. In the aftermath, Vegeta and Goku sense that Gohan and Krillin have changed directions, with Vegeta recognizing a third power with them, that being of Dende, and surmises that they are going for the Dragon Balls, which so happens to be in the direction of Frieza's ship. Given the current situation, they head off in that direction as well, because Goku is in no condition to fight and he has no senzu beans to instantly recover. Vegeta wonders if they have a healing pod that they can stick. That she left a healing pod in good enough condition on Frieza's ship, so that Goku can, be brought back up to speed here. Bulma finishes bringing Goku's ship around to another secluded spot on the planet, basically the middle of nowhere. And as soon as she steps out of it to survey her surroundings, Frieza catches up with Nail and knocks him down into the ground a fairly short distance away from where she landed. And that is kind of where we're going to leave things off right here. So lots of stuff happening here. Basically, just covered the entire Ginyu arc of the Namek Saga as quickly as I possibly could here. But you can tell that Vegeta's mindset in this in this situation, in this scenario, is definitely getting further and further away from how Vegeta is in the original source material. Again, this is my interpretation of what the character will be like and how the story will play out with Vegeta being a female. So anyway, definitely comment. I'd like to get your thoughts on everything. I am going to go ahead and start putting together notes for the next portion of this very bad idea that I'm doing. But anyway, subscribe to the channel, of course, so this way and turn on notifications, so this way you know when each video goes live. And of course, join me over on my Twitch channel. We stream nightly, and if you want to support the channel, there are a couple links you can do so via stream elements in the description. So tighten your friendship bracelets, stay safe, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.